Hey, it's Marilla Manelli, and today I'm going to show you how I did this customizable 22-inch Kera-Link install for this gorgeous brunette hair. And I'm going to show you how I used two different colors as well as how I customized it, especially around the hairline, for a seamless look. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a tutorial. Now let's go ahead and get started. So for my model today, what we're going to be doing is putting in a full head of Kera-Link extensions. Now I already went ahead and color matched her, and it overall looks like she has a solid brunette shade, but she actually has quite a bit of different colors going on. For her color match, I decided to use color 1B and color 2, 22-inch Kera-Link extensions from Donna Hair. So I already pre-cut these Kera-Links, so that way they're a little shorter, so I just basically cut them right in half so I have a lot less to work with when I heat them up and roll them up. Plus, it's going to be so much easier to remove when she's ready to remove them in about 6 months. So I've already pre-sectioned my model. She normally wears her hair right down the middle, and then you can see here I have it parted from the apex all the way down to behind the ear, and then I have everything cleanly sectioned with my hair clips as well as these hair grippers. So these just kind of grab onto all of those little baby hairs so it's out of the way. So some of the things that you're gonna need is a protective disc from Donna as well as some clips and your heat connector. And when you're ready to remove your Kera-Links, this is a really great product that you're gonna wanna have on hand, which is your Kera-Link bond remover. So I have her first section already sectioned out, and I decided to go right where her occipital bone starts and just go straight clean across. And I felt like this was a good spot to start in, so that way when she pulls her hair up, you're not going to see any of the bonds. But again, what I love about these Kera-Links is that when you heat them up, they really do blend in the best out of all of the extension methods. So right here on this bottom section, she kind of lives somewhere between these two shades, but you can see the color 2 is slightly lighter, so I'm just going to go in with the full row just using 1B. So I'm just going to go in about 3 finger lengths in just to get started, and the reason why I do 3 finger lengths typically is so that way when she pulls her hair towards the side, you're not going to see where that bond is living. So that's where I'm typically going to start. And using my quick pick, I'm just gonna take a section, my forever section. So these sections should be as wide as your Kera-Link itself. And what you're gonna be doing is creating more of a rectangular section when doing your install. And then you're simply gonna insert your protective disc. And what I like to do as a good measuring tool is have the edge of this protective disc, so like right where that opening is at, sitting right at the bottom of the section of hair that I just picked up. So overall, you're going to want to make sure that this is at 0 elevation, because when you get ready to install, we don't want this hanging out of her head just like this. We want it to lay nice and flat so it has a natural fall. So once you have this very first section here, you're simply going to take your Kera-Link, and so this is color 1B, and I'm just going to kind of slide this down a little bit, and then taking my melting connector, I'm just going to heat this up for just a few seconds. So once you have that heated up for about 3 seconds or so, you're just going to start to roll it on the top and on the bottom to get that all connected. So I'm just going to move on, and I'm actually going to install these right next to each other. So again, you want it to be the width of that Kera-Link. And the whole purpose of this disc too is just to make sure that you are not getting any flyaways, you're not getting any of those little hairs going on. and it just keeps that nice clean section. Plus it does protect your client from everything from the heat of the melting connector to even you possibly snagging their hair. So that's really important that you use this tool as you start to do your install. So I'm just gonna go ahead and complete this row till I get to the very end of it. So making sure that I'm about 2 to 3 fingers lengths on the side. Okay, so I have her first row in and we are ready to move along. So it feels really comfortable throughout. We have that 360 motion throughout. I've asked her throughout if they feel comfortable. We don't have any snagging, so it feels great. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. And I'm actually only gonna take a half inch subsection down. And we're gonna really wanna build up this foundation down here so it has a lot of weight towards the bottom and it looks really, really full because we wanna do minimal cutting for these 22-inch extensions. Okay, so I took my next section down, so now you can see, I just wanna show you exactly how much hair I'm taking down. So that way we have that weight line here. But on this particular row, since it's our second one, I want to start incorporating the different color of brunette going on. So that first row we did 1B, and this is color 2. So we're now going to be mixing and alternating these one after the other. So I'm going to start with 1B and then put a color 2, 1B, 2, 1B, 2. So it's going to create a lot of dimension throughout. Okay, so I'm just going to go in again about 2 to 3 fingers within. And I'm going to take that deep triangle section right on down. Putting my protective disc in, making sure to bring that right on down so that way I get that 0 elevation when I get ready to install. And I usually like to use about 2 clips for this disc. I know some people like to do 1, but I like mine to be relatively flat when I get ready to do my install. And I'm just personally starting out with the darker color just because overall her hair matches closely to this one, and that dimension is going to come through the interior. So a little tip when you're doing this for the first time, and something that kind of stuck with me, is when you get ready to do your melting connector to the Kera-Link itself, is you're going to want to make sure you're pulling this down like just a little bit, especially if you're going to cut these in half like I did, and then you're going to melt these for just 3 seconds or 2 to 3 seconds, and then slightly pull it up just a smidge. And what that's going to do is allow you to melt that fully and then also roll it with ease. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to pull that up and then start to close it on each side and roll it. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to my next one, and just like I did on that very first row, I'm going to place my next extension right next to that piece. But this time I'm going to be using my color 2. And it's such a subtlety, but it's going to make such a difference and make it look so natural when we're all done. I'm just going to go ahead and continue on alternating my different colors of 1B and color 2. And I'm going to finish up this row, and I'll show you when we get towards the top how it changes up a little bit. So now I have my third row complete. We're gonna go ahead and move right on up. And I'm actually gonna start incorporating this front section, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do a little differently when we get ready to install the Kera-Links right here. Okay, so now here's my fourth row, or section, I should say, and you can see how I married the back to the very front of her hairline. All right, so I went ahead and finished up this row, still alternating. You can see all of the dimension going on. And now what I'm gonna do for this side section is I actually cut these extensions into thirds. So you can see that I still am gonna alternate the different colors, but overall they're much more tinier, and these are gonna live right through the front section. Now the reason why I decided to cut these into thirds is for a few reasons. Number one, I wanna get a little closer than I normally would just using these full-size sections or pieces. And then also, typically most people are a little bit more finer in texture around the hairline, so you want to match the density up with the extension. Now I'm gonna take another section very similar to what I have been, but keep in mind you want these to be even smaller than what we've been doing. You want it to be the width of the extension. So this is where that customization comes into play. So we can make these as tiny or as thick as we'd like them to be, and we're still gonna do the same technique by pulling this down a little bit, heating that up just for a few seconds, and then rolling it on. And you can really see how much more seamless this looks even compared to these back sections. So you can even see just in this side by side how much more this one blends in. So the tinier you make these Kera-Links, the more seamless they become with each, or with the hair. If you want to check out her hair color application on how I filled her hair from blonde into brunette, you can also check out that YouTube video in the link in the description. So now I'm going to move on to my next section. You can see how tiny and narrow this section is. I'm going to insert it into my protective disc, and when you put this in, what I like to do is put it straight in and then just pull it down just a little bit so it's even, that circular section is even with the bottom section, so that way we have a natural fall of the hair. Now I'm going to take my lighter brunette shade, and then I'm just going to heat it up and roll it on. And I'm going to continue on until I probably get about a finger or two from her hairline. Like I said, I'm going to get pretty close here. Now as I get ready to finish off my last few right here, I do want to finish off with the lighter pieces just because I added a slightly lighter brunette muddy piece in the front, so I want that to blend a little bit more seamlessly. And you can almost kind of see it right in here. You see that little bit of lighter shade of brown highlight right here on this hairline. So I think I'm going to stop right about there, but you can see how much dimension we got and how close we got to her hairline. And even when she starts to pull this back, you're not going to be able to see the point of origin of where those extensions are at. So I got my next section going on here. As you can see, I went a little right by her temple area. Now I am actually pretty up high here, right under the apex. Now something to note is I did cut these particular ones that I'm installing right through the back in half. So I basically took my Kera-Link and cut it down vertically. When you get ready to do the back, we are going to pick up a smaller section the size and the width of the extension itself. Now the reason why I decided to go with halves here instead of like the fulls that we did down below is because these are a little bit more visible with how bigger they are, and since this is getting a little close to where her hair naturally parts, I want it to be a little bit more seamless, so that's why we went in with something smaller. Now for the sides, I'm still going to be taking the third sections. When I do my install, I always start from where I did that initial section, and this is where I start and end. And then I go in and start to fill towards the face with the third section pieces that we're gonna do. So let me just go ahead and show you how tiny this back section is. And this is the same width as my selection here. So that's really, really imperative. I personally love Kera-Links because you can customize them truly to the size that you're needing for specific areas and where you're working on the head. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this entire section right over here. And then for this front piece, I'm gonna go pretty close to her hairline, and I'm gonna finish them off exactly how we did these really tiny ones, which are a third of the size of your Kera-Link extension. And here's the final result of this Kera-Link hair extension install using all Donabella hair. So just to give you a little recap, I went in with 2 different colors of 22-inch Kera-Link extensions in color 1B and color 2. And I basically blended those all inside of the interior, alternating the different colors to create a really dimensional brunette shade that truly matched her hair color. So I really hoped you liked this hair tutorial, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and comment down below what your favorite part of this entire tutorial was, and I'll be sure to respond. You can find me on my other social channels like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all under Mirella Manelli. And if you want free education right to your inbox, you can head to mirellamanelli.com and sign up for my email list. To learn more about Donabella hair extensions, be sure to check out the link in the description below. And last but not least, be sure to check out my other hair tutorials right here on this channel, and I hope to see you next time.